This video today is about the cold air intake from VMP closed lid design for the 2020 through 2022 Shelby GT500. I've been taking my car to the track for quite a while now. I started out with the stock from Ford. I upgraded to the JLT and then I upgraded again to the VMP closed lid design. I saw gains with each swap. I like the closed lid design of the VMP unit. Keeps the warm air from the engine bay from going into the intake. Especially important for us warm climate boys. I'm in Texas. I spend a lot of time at the track on warm days. And I've seen some gains, some higher speeds on the straights at COTA. We're going to take a look at that here in just a second. I also set new personal best at Ozarks, even with a passenger riding right seat. I've also run this intake at Eagles Canyon and Barber. So here we go, looking at the new VMP intake. All right, take a look at what's in the box. We have, looks like the filter, or the intake filter housing itself. There's the elbow. Some different size connectors, it looks like. Different size hose clamps, or maybe a couple of the same size hose clamps. Some fittings. And I believe this is probably the filter box. Okay, for the install, number one, that's I used 11 millimeter, just kind of snug that down. It's just plastic threads going in the middle. And I used a 19 millimeter on that guy. Those two go there, and the rubber grommet has a little tab so that you know the orientation. Up next, get the filter housing, push the filter through all the way to the back side, and there's kind of a ridge all the way around there. You got to push it through. That's fully seated, and it's you can see right there that lip that kind of comes over and seats. Time to remove the JLT. So all the connectors, just undo all of the connectors. There's a big hose clamp there. Just everything, holding everything down there. Hose clamps, bolts, connectors, take them all out. Got the JLT intake out. Kind of have to bend it in a little bit. It goes right back to position, but around some of the stuff. And there's push pins on the back there. You got to get all that out, but all the connectors out, and then it comes out. Once I got the JLT out of the way, and there's a connector piece here for the air snorkel, the cold air sucking from the dash here. Get that out of the way as well. Then the VMP just slides in and sits right in there. And this sits in, there's a grommet hole right there. Sits right in that hole underneath there, you can see. Got the main components just sitting here loosely, pretty straightforward. I've got the stock throttle body, so I use the smaller of the two couplers. Got my hose clamps oriented so I can have the, these are 5/16 to tighten those down. Got this hose clamp in place. The plastic tube goes inside the rubber housing for the filter. And then you're gonna wanna probably push this over, put some tension on it with the connections here. Otherwise, this can leave a gap there to suck air in there. The whole idea of sealing this off here and the lid is to not suck air, warm air from the engine. So I call that nice, cool, dense air from outside through the grill. All right, so I'm gonna tighten down the hose clamps and also connect all these little connectors, secure everything up, and double check. Pretty quick install. All right, installation's complete. I tightened these first. The instructions say tighten this side first, but I didn't for a reason I'll get to in a second. Tighten this one, tighten this one. I actually had to I cut the excess off there. It was a long piece, didn't want it vibrating. Got these installed, and then I pushed the whole filter housing over to the right because I wanted it to seal up better here, and then snug this one down here. This tube here had a push pin on the OEM box, I believe, as well as the JLT. There's no push pin on this one, so I just secured it there. And then at one of the last steps, it says to connect the IAT, or inlet, I guess it's the inlet temp sensor on the bottom. That's that grommet that you installed. I did it by feel and then also use mirrors. It's on the bottom, really hard to see, obviously. So yeah, I just pushed it up in there, make sure it was fully seated, and it looks like it's done. I believe this bolt here is for mounting the ice tank to. I'll probably put just a washer and a bolt or a nut on that to hold that, keep it from vibrating. I have no intentions to use the ice box because I'm not a drag racer, I'm a road courser. But it's time to test this sucker at the track.